It is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and I am back with Stretch Your Sketch for the month of October. Now, this is kind of fun because Sarah picked our sketch this month, and she picked an 8.5 by 11 sketch. So she said we could do anything but 8.5 by 11. So, because I'm doing this Grateful Traveler's Notebook, I was like, it's perfect spread. But there is a little bonus because I love this sketch so much. Ended up doing a 12 by 12 as well. So you actually get 2 process videos in one. So this is for the Traveler's Notebook. So this is a beautiful piece of paper from Auburn Lane, and it has all the cut aparts on the back. But I actually wanted to use the beautiful gray. So I cut it into the 3 strips, and I'm trying to see if I can keep any of the cut aparts and which cut aparts I might want to keep, that type of thing. So that's kind of what I was doing there. That's why it was taking so long hemming and hawing. So this is for days 21 and 22. So I took the other cut apart piece and decided to take my circle punch, and I think it might be 1 1/4, and punch circles out of that particular cut apart sheet instead of the squares. And I'm using that as the speech bubbles in the sketch. So then I'm going to take this piece of Cartabella paper that is just amazing, and that is going to be the photo mat. So for day 21, I am doing pets as kind of a general thing. So my daughter took this cute little Polaroid picture of our dog, and so I'm going to use that. And then for day 21, I am doing indoor plumbing, and didn't really feel like taking a picture of a toilet, so just that frame is going to do it. So I have a few pieces of, they're not washi strip, they're just long stickers. So I have this piece that has some florals on it. I'm going to put that underneath. And then I am going to glue down basically all of my pieces. So I did find a tag, and I'm not sure where that tag is from. It's just some gold and white stripes. And that's where I'm going to put my journaling for day 22 about my indoor plumbing, which is pretty simple. Where I grew up, we had an outhouse. So we had to use the outhouse. We had to use the outhouse when there was 2 feet of snow on the ground. So it was kind of a big deal to actually have a house that had indoor plumbing. Now, not to say we didn't have indoor plumbing, but we only had so much water a day. So we weren't allowed to use the toilet very often. So that's why we had the outhouse. And I was very happy to build a brand new house after I got married. And anyway, so that's my funny story with the indoor plumbing. I'm just going to add a title with these stickers, thicker stickers that just say XOXO. And that's going to do it for there. So unfortunately, my video kind of cut out there at the last minute. But this is layout number 2. So this is going to be my 12 by 12. I am using my How to Kill a Kit with Style for the month of October. And I fussy cut all of these florals from one of the pieces of paper. And I'm going to use this yellow floral as my background. So I'm trying to decide what paper I'm going to use to mat my photos. So that big mat. So my first thought is to do like the one with the green circles and black polka dot, but I wasn't so sure. So I end up going with kind of that tone on tone white to mat my photos. And then instead of the speech bubbles again, I am doing all of these beautiful fussy cut florals. So the two pictures are from our summer vacation up at Lake Arrowhead, and we were just hanging out and shopping. And so one is a picture of my husband with our dog, and the other one is my daughter in front of some rose bushes. So I know the picture of my husband is quite dark, but I just think it's really cute. So I thought I would put these two together. So I'm liking how that's looking. It's looking a lot like the sketch, but I decided it needed a little extra something. So I am going to mat it again on this pink paper, and I am really killing this kit, especially as far as the paper pad is concerned, which was my first intention. So I double mat that, and I remembered I had these fabric, they're like lace and crocheted kind of flowers, and I thought they were so pretty, so I decided to use those as well. So I am going to glue down my fussy cut flowers as well as these fabric-y flowers. I'm going to add some dimension with just some foam tape to some of the fussy cut flowers and just kind of intermix them, just kind of trying to figure out, give them a little dimension, just kind of playing around. So I had so much fun with this sketch. So I encourage you all to, number one, go check out everybody else's take on this sketch, because there is the most amazing group of YouTubers that do this series. I am so honored to be a part of it. So I will have all of the links to all of those in the description box below. So check that out. That's number one. Number two, I would love to see what you do with this sketch. Are you going to use the speech bubbles? Do you use die cuts? Do you use fussy cut flowers? Do you use punches? Like, what are you going to use for those speech bubbles? I would love to see your take on this sketch. And if you could totally tag me in it, I would just love, 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 love to see it. So that's my little soapbox there, because obviously I'm not doing a whole lot other than sticking down flowers. And other than the fact that it's pretty, I don't know that I'd really say it's super exciting. So I guess I could have sped it up a little bit more, but instead you get to listen to me ramble. So I hope that's okay. So this should be it for the flowers there. And so in the sketch, you can see that some of those speech bubbles are kind of in the different layers of the matted photos. So that's where I decided to take some of these small cuts and kind of stick them in the layers of paper behind my photo to just give it even that much more dimension. Now, because there is so much dimension with the flowers on the one side, I know I have to put foam on, but one layer of foam was not enough. So it gets 2 layers of foam, and that piece was not quite big enough, so I have to add another little bit of extra to it. Perfect. And so there goes my trusty adhesive, which I'm super excited because Walmart's carrying it again. It's been a little bit of a panic that they weren't going to carry it, but they do, and it's there. So here's where I decide of doing a cluster down in the bottom. Initially, my thought was instead of the tag coming down, I was just going to do a cluster of flowers. I had those 3 white fabric-y flowers left and loved those and wanted to put those on. But I realized that I wanted one of the blingy flowers over there in that cluster. So my glue hadn't quite dried, so I just ripped it up, swapped it over, and at this point I'm thinking it's pretty much done. I really just need a title, and I had those white thickers out from my traveler's notebook layout, and it had the word darling on it, and I thought, oh, that's cute, I'm gonna slap that on there. And then I'm looking at it, I'm like, where am I gonna journal? I'm like, it does need the tag. So I pulled out those gold ones from the traveler's notebook, and then I pulled out these confetti ones from Maggie Holmes, and end up deciding on this mint green. Just add that in there with some baker's twine. I do like how it looked up at the top though. Well, as of right now, it's going to stay like that, but it might end up at the other side at some point. So I will have close-ups of all of the layouts, and remember to check out everybody's links below, and remember to wear your crown. Bye!